So, I kind of rushed that last sentence, just desperately trying to fit it all in 10 minutes, so I'll give it another go. Lucario nodded. It'd feel more natural for me to find other Pokemon, not this, he emphasized. Alas, this is our first job as... Smashers! Ugh, Chris shook his head. My reaction exactly. Don't use that to refer to us. It sounds so barbaric, and I'm not even barbaric in the slightest. I really am regretting doing this. Lucario growled a bit, getting Chris to look up at him. This only means that my job as your guardian hasn't been done so well, he said, feeling guilty over his statement. I must enforce my performance by being more protective of you. He looked a bit sad. I'm shocked that I couldn't prevent this from happening to you, Chris. Please, forgive me. It's really not like I'm mad at you, Chris admitted. I'm mad at myself for not doing the right thing at the wrong time. But I didn't know beforehand that the damned bomb could go off differently and affect me like this, he complained a little too loudly. Expect the unexpected, they say. His guardian nodded. I'll expect the unexpected even more than before, for your sake. It was a nice feeling to have Lucario around. His trainer smiled a bit. Thank you, that's really sweet of you, he remarked, to which Lucario replied with a small, pleased growl. Then he turned around and bent over. Eventually, the group exited the pond cave to come outside to the last setting that they would get to see of to come outside to the last setting they would get to see of Winter's Stonehenge entrance. Huh? Whatever strand of reality Chris had was cut once more when he saw a large herd of dumb-looking cavemen sleeping and walking around the suspiciously familiar landmark of stones. Cavemen were supposed to be either long dead or frozen somewhere in his world, but these ones were completely fine except for their brains. And this is another reason why I keep getting freaked out so often, he muttered loud enough for them to hear them out. Trying to act like a foreigner, he added, Do you, Eagle-landers have more oddities to see? Asking me that kind of question is not recommended, Juff replied back, his eyes looking at the cavemen doing some disgusting moves, like eating whatever monstrosities were in their navels, or licking their smelly armpits, usually not their own. The four felt sick just watching them, that they looked away and tried to forget the event. Yes, I don't get out much to know this. The bubble monkey kept chewing bubblegum non-stop, but then it found itself stopping with his teeth when suddenly, almost out of nowhere, a similar female monkey wearing a red bow on top of her head passed by and climbed the nearby rocky wall. Chirping something close to, "Now she's my type," the monkey... I won't question it. The monkey parted ways from Juff and followed his newly found sweetheart on the trees overlooking the plain they were on. Oh well, Juff said. I grew annoyed with the constant chewing sounds he made. The bubble monkey left your team. Okay, that's it. That's its fucking purpose in the plot. It shows up for 5 minutes and then leaves. Well, okay. Oh well, indeed. Chris and Lucario blinked. Okay, there it was again, the young kid said. That odd feeling about somebody announcing something is there. They can hear me. Look, Chris, Lucario began, looking deadpan. It's futile to make sense of the strange events in this world. Juff gave him an odd look. I'm in Eagle Land, but we shouldn't think too hard about what with the walking mushrooms and cavemen freely prowling this area and all. If the past is any indication, we're expected to see even weirder stuff down the road, Juff said. None of them could go against his wise words. Anyway, with the bubble monkey gone, we're only 3 left. I wonder how long it'll take for us to meet up with Paula and Ness. Surely the long way will be perilous. Ha! He suddenly laughed and looked up at Lucario. As if, with you for the long ride, our security is... He stared at Chris for a long while and recalled that the Aura Pokemon couldn't prevent the explosion from affecting him. Mildly assured, if that makes any sense, he finished. Lucario felt his pride hurt. Yeah, Juff's a huge fucking dick to Lucario, by the way. I've mentioned this before, but he really is. Lucario felt his pride hurt, but then his aura alerted him of a vicious entity bent on taking them on. With an alarming scream from his trainer, the aura Pokemon turned to the left and saw a feral caveman dumbly rushing to them with a large wooden mace meant to squash the poor kids. What did we do to enrage that one? Chris asked. My guess is that this Gygus is responsible, Geoff said, carefully taking out his pop gun. Here it comes, he yelled as the caveman let out a very scrambled yell while raising its weapon over its head. Not wanting to... oh no. Oh no. Not wanting to fail his trainer one more time, Lucario decided to go all out on the caveman before a battle could start. Using extreme speed to instantly warp in front of the demented human monster, the Aura Pokemon placed a pulsing palm over the creature's stomach. What the fuck? And released a potent force palm that quite literally blew the insides of the caveman outside, turning every single twisting limb into dust because of the potent force of the blow, obliterating them all. With missing organs, the caveman fell on its back and died. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, wow. So he just straight up killed a guy. He straight up killed a guy. Holy shit. I mean, what's that last... He used extreme speed to instantly warp right in front of the demented human monster. The creature's stomach. What the fuck? It's a human being. What the fuck? Okay. It's not... This is... Okay. I think it's best that I continue reading, because it's not gonna get... This cannot be erased. This, Okay. When Lucario's brief state of rage... I thought the goat was bad. This is something else. Bloody hell! Fuck me. When Lucario's brief state of rage calmed down, he soon realized what he had done. His jaw falling down, he looked down at the morbid, bleeding corpse of the caveman, seeping its blood into the white snow. His palms stretched out, Lucario gulped and looked over his shoulder at the two kids, hoping that they had looked away at the last second. They didn't. The sheer morbidness of the scene was enough for Geoff and Chris to faint face first on the snow. Lucario even saw the sickly shade of blue of their skins from the uncovered parts of the snow that he knew when he went too far with his power once again. No fucking shit. Feeling guiltier than ever, Lucario hoisted both of them on one arm and walked away to the south from the scene of the murder, the Aura Pokemon brainstorming the best apologies he could come up with to lessen the incoming scolding session. Wow, okay, that's what he's fucking worried about. Getting told off. Well, I was pissed off with Geoff for being mean to him, but you know what? I take it back. Lucario's a cunt. He really is. He just killed a guy and there's no remorse whatsoever. After he walked away from the corpse, the other cavemen that were minding their own business smelled the sick scent of their former ally that they drew close to it, their mouths suddenly drooling as they formed a circle around it. They weren't actually above cannibalism, so they rejoiced with the feast for tonight and thanked the omnipotent beings they thought existed for giving them the present of food. What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm still trying to process this. AuraChannelerChris, you are one sick son of a bitch. Holy... Wow. What the fuck? Murders and cannibalism, and he still can't say shit. Wow. I think that's all for now.